Hey, Jamin.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, my sister just texted me. She goes, "Would you like to be a good brother with Jamin and bring me and my friend Dutch to Starbucks?"
No, tell her we're busy right now.
Well, I mean,
Well, like she said it like Jamin is an honorary brother.
yeah. So I'll say after we finish.
Yeah, just tell her after we finish.
She says, "Wait, really?" So I guess she actually thinks we're doing it now.
I mean, we're gonna be another hour. So
She responded really quickly.
Well, I mean, she's always on her phone anyway, so.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, I'm not going to Dutch though. It's so far.
Yeah, I know.
Gosh.
Just tell her
That's
you'll
horrible.
get Starbucks at like
Yeah.
4:15.
Yeah.
Starbucks
Oh,
has a
she says
monopoly there.
that we're leaving at 4. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So okay.
That sucks.
Let's get started.
Hello and welcome to the Train of Thought podcast, where there's no plan B, no script, and we don't know where we're going. I'm your host, Nick Nielsen.
I'm Josh Bartel.
And I'm Jamin Jones.
There's still no Sean.
Sean, where are you?
Okay, I feel like he just doesn't want to do it, but just doesn't want to tell us that he doesn't want to.
Because he feels bad because he made up the idea, and then
I know.
he totally bailed on us, and now we're successful. With our,
Now
4
we
followers.
have like 50 sponsors.
Yeah, that's true.
Now that we're millionaires, do you think he's gonna like join the podcast?
Probably.
Yeah.
Like we'll get a letter tomorrow in our mansion. You know, that's like fancy.
He doesn't want to admit that he was wrong.
That's true.
Alright, thanks.
All right, so this time we're gonna have a pretty straightforward podcast. We're gonna try to answer one single question that I thought is a difficult question to answer. So, the question is sarcasm lying? Sarcasm is used for
Okay.
comedy.
Initially, when you told me this like the other day, I went straight to no, but then you started talking to me, and I'm on the fence right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because technically, sarcasm is used to be funny, and usually, like, people say, like, "Oh, you're so good at basketball." Like, they'll say like that, but if you're good at sarcasm, it seems normal.
And it's funny.
And sarcasm is hilarious. Some people
Yeah.
don't understand it.
Yeah,
It really makes me mad.
Okay,
It's
our
especially
friend.
funny when they
Okay,
can't figure it
Oh
out.
one of
my
our
gosh.
friends does not get sarcasm at all, and so he'll just act as if you said something totally normal. Okay, and then at that point, it's so funny. You can't can't just let him in on the joke. You just have to actually make him believe that you believe what you just
And
said.
then being sarcastic is all the more fun
Oh.
because you know
I
that
remember
you got him. You
based
weren't
on
even
his
trying.
gullibleness, me and our other friend, should I say his name? It's just
Yeah, sure.
me and my other friend Ty, we convinced this friend that's very gullible that there is this really extremely attractive girl, like model level,
Oh yeah.
and that she that we were like
When?
about.
It's
was
not
like-
real life, Josh.
No, this actually
no,
happened.
No. Like she wasn't actually
No, I'm
here.
not,
Josh.
I know that. Gosh.
He's like
Wait,
looking
what's her
around
name?
his
No,
friends,
I
like,
just
where-
don't remember this. I just don't remember this.
We should invite her to the podcast.
Hey,
But she wasn't real, and
we
me
know.
and my friend Ty convinced him that she was a real person, and that like we said it as if the way I remember it. This was like 2 or 3 years ago, that we were like we collectively were almost dating her practically.
All 4 of us.
All 4 of us. And and so we convinced him that was a person, and he said, "Oh, can I meet her?" Like, he was excited, like, if she's that attractive,
Yeah.
it's gonna be amazing. And so we kept saying, "Oh yeah, she's like, just come to my math class." Like, he never did. And it went the whole year. He still doesn't know if she was real. We just kind
Did
of
you tell him
forgot
that she like
about it.
moved away?
We just forgot about
Who
it.
was
Oh, like
this?
never talked about it anymore.
Yeah, we just
Who did you convince?
Danny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's very gullible. It's homeschooling.
This is
That's
a
it.
homeschool.
He was
That's-
homeschooled
Especially
for
if-
most
since
of
it's
his
like
life.
2 years ago, like he just got out of it. He just got into the public school system, so.
Yeah, that no offense to homeschooled people out there, but
You gotta stop offending people that are listening to us.
I
know.
think it's okay if we offend people that
Then
we
you
are
say no offense.
personally close with. Like my
Yeah.
cousins are all homeschooled, so if we make fun of homeschool people,
Yeah.
I'm not, okay. I
My
don't want to be
cousins are
mean to
homeschooled
my
too.
cousins. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So, wait. It's on the command left.
I know it's okay.
Okay. All right. So, back to the real question.
the?
What?
I didn't do anything. I swear.
Oh no. Oh wait. It's back. It's back. It's back.
Josh, stop messing with it.
Josh, you're ruining everything.
I'm sorry, Nick. Gosh. It was when Jamin adjusted the mic, though. I think that just means, like, you're, like, confused or something. But anyways, back to the question.
Okay. Back to the question, which I almost forgot about. Is sarcasm technically lying?
It,
It's a hard question.
if it's...
Like-
is it, like, not
I
a white lie,
personally
but, like, a
think-
gray lie?
I personally think that a sarcastic comment, the definition to me of what a sarcastic comment is making fun of a situation and telling. I think it's the opposite of truth, but it's not a lie.
It's, like, the
It's how I
third
think.
opposite.
I think that the definition of lying is intentionally trying to deceive someone. And you're not doing that when you
No,
are
okay.
being sarcastic.
You said-
unless you know the person's not gonna get it. Like with our friend, like you could be sarcastic around him, and I mean he's just gonna take
At
it
that
seriously.
point, it's just lying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
like if you're not if you're just a sarcastic person and everyone's kind of figured that out, like I don't think it's whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. But okay, so Jamin said that lying is basically intentionally deceiving someone.
Yeah.
Sarcasm, you're intentionally deceiving them to be funny.
But no, you
You're
want
not-
them to know the joke. It's not funny unless they know that you're
But
being
like,
sarcastic.
if you're like being sarcastic, especially about yourself, like if you're being sarcastic about yourself, like, oh, I can't think of anything right now. Like is this sarcasm? What? This?
Don't. I was trying to tell you to play. Dun. I can't think of anything.
There we go.
Okay, so when
When it's gonna be funny, he can't
It's
hit the
gonna-
button.
Ah!
You always
Get better at
forget. You gotta be ready.
I forget it's here. All right, so one time, tell me if this is sarcasm because I feel like it's not, but also it could be. In my PE class, all right, so I convinced a total of 3 people that I used to live in Chicago, and I moved to California when I was 6, and that when I lived in Chicago, my next door neighbor was Barack Obama. Pre-presidency. I
they believe
convinced
you?
them. And so I convinced the first person. I said, yeah, I used to live in Chicago. I've never been to Illinois anywhere. I've never been to Chicago. I convinced them that I used to live in Chicago. I looked up street names in Chicago just so I could say, yeah, I used to live on like 79th and Chatham or whatever. Those are the only 2 I remember. But
They're like parallel to each other.
I had a long house.
It goes a full block. But I just live in Clovis now.
yeah. But I convinced him that I
See, you are trying to get him to believe
That
that.
was intentional deception.
Let me
So
finish the story because it's
you
actually
lied.
kind of funny.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I convinced the first person. Then I convinced the next person. And she was like, oh, yeah, you could. I didn't know you before this year. So she believed me. Then I went up to this person I had known for 3 years. 3 years. And I like winked at him so he knew I was joking. He didn't see the wink. But I said, yeah, I've told you this before. I used to live in Chicago, right? And he said, oh, yeah, I remember. You told me that before.
I think people, if you just tell them something, they just want to agree.
That's the power of
You
peer
know what I
pressure.
mean? Like they just like they want to not be like, what? Like they don't want to look stupid.
That's true.
Josh just said some really deep stuff. That's the
Power of peer pressure.
yeah. That's what peer pressure is. Like,
Sorry about that. There's a
Yeah.
giant truck driving
Yeah,
by.
before we recorded podcasts, me and Jamin said, okay, the only problem with recording outside is if there's gonna be a huge truck that drives by, and we said that's
Nick-
not gonna happen.
He lives right smack in the middle of a neighborhood,
So
and
there's
still
no way.
cars are driving by.
There should be
On a
no
cul-de-sac.
cars. I live in a cul-de-sac and there's cars.
No one goes on a cul-de-sac unless you live there.
And
No one's doing anything today.
so I think that sarcasm is technically lying,
But not really.
but it's not like, oh, he's lying, that's bad. But it's like that could be a lie.
It's like this kind of lying is not bad because everyone kind of gets it and it's funny.
Yeah.
And
Well,
there's not. I think if it was bad, there'd be negative consequences to it. And I guess if you're like a really sarcastic person, no one ever really believes what you're saying. But like, other than that, there's not like when you say it, it's not. And when you're sarcastic, there's not really negative consequences to it.
oh wow, Josh, he explained that really well. I feel like I leveled up.
Oh my god!
I feel like I ate a mushroom right now.
You can't. They
Okay,
have
you
to be
can't say ate a
after a
mushroom.
joke. They can't set up the joke for it.
That is the
And
punchline.
it can't be mid-sentence either. No.
You don't have the soundboard. I do.
I can have the soundboard.
I'm
All right,
just-
so our podcast is over. Right?
Basically.
well, Josh answered the question for us.
Sorry,
Practically. Should we look up?
I tried to hold it off a little bit, but
Should we look up the definition of sarcasm and definition of lying?
Okay.
So I'll look up.
You look up sarcasm, and I'll look up lying.
and I'll look up train facts
Yeah.
just cause.
Okay, so
Alright.
do you want definition of lying down, definition of lying around, definition of lying in a relationship?
Like lying on the couch in a relationship or just lying?
Like- all of those.
Okay, the definition of lying is present participle of lie. I know! I want the actual definition!
Watch me look
You
up
have to look
sarcasm
up
and it
the
says.
actual word, Jamin.
Watch me look up definition of sarcasm and it says the present participle of lying. All right. So sarcasm is the use of irony to mock or convey contempt. Then it says as a example quote, his voice, hardened by sarcasm, could not hide his resentment. That was a terrible example.
His voice could not hide his resentment.
That wasn't even an example of sarcasm. That was just
My goodness.
a sentence that has the word sarcasm in it. That's not what we're looking for.
Google, get your game up. Shout out to Google.
So they don't.
You're the reason homework happens.
Nick, I caught a fly, but it flew out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it just kind of flew
Eat
in
it.
my hands. It's gone now.
Oh.
My
So-
dog eats flies when I catch them.
Oh, that's my dog always tries to catch flies when they're stuck in the blinds of a window. So he's like running across the
Yeah,
window.
the definition of lie is an intentionally false statement.
So the
You're trying to deceive.
Yeah, the definition of sarcasm, like, can you read it again, Nick?
Here's another one that's better. A sharp and often satirical or ironic utterance designed to cut or give pain.
Yeah, so there's a purpose behind it, and it's not like its purpose is not to deceive.
But it is.
No, its
Like,
its
look,
purpose its purpose is to bring the other person down.
Its synonyms are derision, which
That's not lying.
no, that's to contemptuous ridicule or mockery. Never mind.
Go on, Nick.
I'm sorry. Scorn? Is that?
I am the wrong person to ask about definition of words.
All right. So another.
But, yeah, because sarcasm has an intent to cut down or bring down, and lying has an intent to deceive. So it's different intents. We'll look at the root of the
Another
word.
synonym of sarcasm is scorn, like SCORN, which I wonder why a pastry would be a synonym to sarcasm.
What's a scorn?
Get it?
That's-
Scone? Scorn?
Oh my god.
That wasn't even close.
That was a great joke.
No, that
Someone's
was
gonna enjoy
probably
this.
the worst joke.
Shout out to the one person listening to this that's gonna enjoy this.
No, that's no one. You just threw out a shout out into the oblivion.
To no one.
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense.
But it doesn't make dollars.
No. Turn it off. Don't make it louder.
I had to.
It's horrible. So, off of that, we'll give it train fact number 2.
Train fact number 2.
There are all different kinds of trains that are built for the ranges of purposes and environments.
Wow. Thank
Interesting
you.
Train fact. There are multiple trains in the world.
Different kinds of trains, actually.
Whoa. You know, there's a blue train and a red train,
Green.
green
Duh.
train, camouflage train. Except we never see that one.
All right. Well,
When are we gonna get down to the real train facts? It's gonna be
on
a few days.
debate.org,
It's gonna be
I've looked up another debate topic for us to go over.
Okay.
this one.
Actually, this one is in the opinions section, and I felt it was very fitting to this episode.
Are we
Okay.
doing? Oh, we're doing this podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you sarcastic?
Am I sarcastic?
I am extremely
Us
sarcastic.
collectively. We collectively?
Wait.
What is it? No.
He was late.
Collectively, we would say
I-
that we're sarcastic.
I tried to hit the pad to play the sound, but I missed. So
Yeah, you'll get
Collectively,
it. You'll
we're
get better.
sarcastic. Correct.
Yeah.
I'm going to click yes.
Extremely.
okay, I haven't been sarcastic on this episode yet. I mean, this podcast yet, but in real life, I'm very sarcastic.
You're very. We are in
yeah.
agreement with 62% of the people that voted.
Yeah.
Okay.
So most people are sarcastic. So most people have an intent to cut down.
So
We are bad people, guys.
we are bad people. The other,
It's funny though. Like, our
Sarcasm
sarcasm
is
funny.
funny.
it's great.
Our sarcasm is
n-
meant for comedy purposes, not.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't think of movies that have sarcasm in it.
Yeah.
It's funny
Yeah.
in real life,
It's true.
but recreating sarcasm
can't-
isn't
You
funny.
can.
It's all in the moment, so you have to be quick-witted too.
That's why I think it's funny when comedians and comics do it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they're retelling like their story, and it's like they react the same way, but you can't just like pretend sarcasm.
So like,
No.
if it's written in script, it doesn't.
Because like
Yeah.
Nick tried to like I give an example of sarcasm, and it was just like,
It's
Yeah,
not
that
funny
was
when you
written-
try
you
to.
can't just think of a sarcastic
Yeah.
comment. Like
So-
you have to have context.
If any of you listeners have an example of a script or movie that have sarcasm in it, just like,
I don't think
like-
it exists.
just yeah.
it's
But if you
has-
do, like, comment on our stuff and
yeah,
add us. On,
so we
yeah.
can act like we have.
Because I
friends.
want to. I after he said that, I went through all the movies I've ever seen, all the way from Winnie the Pooh movies to Paranormal Activity.
What was that? Piglet's Big Day or something
Piglet's
like that?
Big Movie.
That's yeah.
One of the best movies I've ever seen.
Little
Best
Valentine's.
intro to a movie ever.
Oh my gosh! When they're getting the honey from the
Piglet
beehive,
just ruins their
Piglet
operation.
ruins it, and then Eeyore's in the
I think
back.
your credibility
Like-
for this podcast or like
Buzz,
popularity is going
buzz.
down the drain as we speak.
Buzz. Eeyore is the best. But okay, yeah,
No,
I-
he's
I'm-
the sad one.
which is why he's great.
Tigger is definitely the best.
I
I don't care what you
Is
say.
he that? He's basically Goofy
Yeah, he's the goofy.
from Mickey Mouse.
Goofy
Okay,
is
yeah,
the best
n-
one
wait,
out of Mickey
wait.
Mouse,
Tigger is Goofy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
obviously. What the rabbit? Rabbit is not really.
The rabbit, he's
He's just annoying.
He's Squidward.
Yeah.
The rabbit is Squidward.
Yeah.
He is so Squidward.
Yeah.
Or is Squidward the rabbit?
Ah.
I thought Squidward was a squid.
You need to like save that for like the best times.
If he's a rabbit, how does he live underwater?
Jamin, take his MIDI away.
No!
All right. We're about to close up this episode, but I want to leave us with another pondering thought.
I won't answer it.
You won't answer? Oh no,
I
this
I
won't.
one.
said pondering. We're not answering.
Yeah,
I
we're
know, but
not-
I
we're-
answered.
Yeah, you did.
The first one.
Excellent. That should be your thing. You know that kid when a teacher calls on a classroom and
Mhm.
like raise your hands.
A whole
with the
classroom?
question. Basically, Danny. Like he just says the answer without raising his hand.
He does that.
Everyone hates him.
Raise your hand if you have the answer. I know it, Mrs. Jarvin.
Teacher, I have answer.
Okay.
Our last pondering thought of today.
Okay. Deep thoughts with Jamin.
Why do people say tuna fish and not beef mammal or chicken bird? Thank you for listening to today's podcast. Thank you for listening to today's podcast of The Train of Thought. Make sure you check us out on all of our social media platforms. We will have them linked in the description if you're watching on YouTube. And
Find us on SoundCloud, Train of Thought Podcast. Then follow me on SoundCloud because I make music, I make beats. Follow me at Hypocrite, capital HYPOCRYTE.